the magnificent new sports hub here in Singapore. Still under construction, but my goodness, it's almost completed, and it is the most wonderful building. It will host a number of major sporting events. And right next door is the Singapore Indoor Stadium, which is where we are. And what a final we've just witnessed in the mixed doubles. Will all the experience of the defending champions really came into play. But I think that it was much closer than many people thought it would have been. And that's all credit to the number 8 seed surprise finalists of Ricky Widianto and Puspita Richidili. Saw some excellent rallies. The moments of victory, the moment that they retained their title. Well, 21-15, 22-20 in 43 minutes. Well, women's singles, and as I was saying, it's a repeat of the Olympic final. It's a repeat of the final here from last year's championships. Wang Yihan is the former world champion. She's defending champion here, and she was so bitterly disappointed in London. She was in tears after the final, having lost to compatriot Li Shuirui. I am pretty certain that both players will be very, very keen in that women's singles final. Then, of course, in the men's doubles, we've got 2 former champions playing against each other. The women's doubles, well, the European champions trying to become the first ever Danes to win the women's doubles here. And of course, the men's singles will finish off with the world number 1, Lee Chong-wei, against the qualifier, Simon Santoso. So we can look at the standings at the Destination Dubai rankings after the India Superseries event last week. And the big mover was, in fact, the Indian player Saina Nehwal, up 4 places into the top 10 after her quarterfinal last week. Of course, this week she lost in the very first round. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the top 3, obviously all from China, but with the number 1, Wang Shixian, not here in Singapore. If Wang Yihan wins today's final, she'll go up 1 place to number 1. If she doesn't win, she will remain at number 2. And of course, that would mean that Li Shuirui has won the title, in which case she would leapfrog over the 2 players above her, and she would become the world number 1 as far as the Destination Dubai rankings are concerned. So a lot more than just the title at stake here in today's final. Well, the players are ready, and so let's go downstairs and welcome them onto court.
Singles from China, please welcome Li Shuirui. Everybody make some noise. And following closely is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, also from China, Wang Yihan, everybody. At the men's five for today, we have Paul Baffin from England and our service judge, Victor Wong from Hong Kong.
Well, there are 2 court officials, Paul Buffon from England and Victor Wong from Hong Kong, and the court officials who volunteer their time. It's a great honour to officiate a major final like this. And when you've got the Olympic gold medalist playing against the Olympic silver medalist, well, I think that this could be a very intense match indeed. Here, the Olympic champion, Li Shuirui, the 23-year-old from Chongqing in Sichuan province, world number 1, a beaten finalist a year ago. In fact, she's been world #1 since the 20th of December of 2012. That gold medal in London was followed up last year, silver medalist at the World Championships. Her win-loss record for the year, she's played 3 previous tournaments to this. She's been in 3 finals, winning one of them, the Malaysian Premier Super Series. Well, her matches so far, it was actually in the second round against Minatsu Mitani that she had the most difficult match. In the semi-final yesterday, she beat the #5 seed Sung Ji-hyun. So she's been in good form. If you were with us yesterday, you would have seen that semi-final. But her opponent has also been in tremendous form because, as we will see in a moment, she's won all of her matches in straight games. But she is down 1 place in the world ranking this week, down to #3. #2 seed, the defending champion. Her win-loss record for the year, well, she's played in 2 finals and she's won them both, the Korean Super Series and the Swiss Grand Prix Gold as well. A couple of semi-finals, 5 tournaments she's played so far. 1 quarter-final, that was in Malaysia. But there you go, all of her matches in straight games. And that just an indication of how well she's been playing. Well, we got a chance to catch up with her a little earlier on.
在上一次应该就是新加坡公开赛决赛的时候有跟他打，所以说我觉得，在这种比赛当中，有1年没有跟他打了吧，所以在训练也有一直在练，所以大家也是非常的了解，我也希望明天我们有更好的表现。
Well, she's absolutely right, because the last time that they met was in the final of this event last year. And obviously it was Wang Yi-hun that won on that occasion. In fact, this is the 12th meeting, as you can see, and Wang Yi-hun has the very slight advantage over the previous 11 meetings. But as she says, they practice together. They understand each other's games, they know the strengths, they know the weaknesses.
On my right, Wang Yi-hun, China. And on my left, Li Shuirui, China. Li Shuirui to serve, love all, play.
So the Olympic champion against the defending champion.
Service over.
And I wouldn't be at all surprised if both players were just a little bit nervous at the start of this. There's an awful lot at stake.
2 love.
At the end of last year, I watched at the China Open final, Li Shuirui playing against the player whose place, in all essence, she took at the Olympic Games, because she was playing against Wang Shixian in that final. And Wang Shixian, although she was #3 in the world ranking at the end of the Olympic qualifying period, China selected Li Shuirui, who was ranked #4, to go in her place. Now, when you consider, incidentally, that final in China was probably one of the best matches I've ever witnessed. The intensity was incredible. It's a good rally. What a good rally. Oh, what a rally. Both players exploring all 4 corners, using every inch of the court. And that is basic singles tactics. You keep manoeuvring your opponent, try and get them out of position. And once they're very slightly slow back to their base position, that's when you go for the winner. Now, course, this year we have the Asian Games. And as far as Wang Yihan is concerned, not only was she so disappointed to lose to this lady in the Olympic Games final, Wang Yihan, despite being world #1 during the last Asian Games in 2010 in Guangzhou, wasn't selected. She was told by head coach Li Yongbo after a couple of poor results to go away and prove herself again. Now, proving yourself when you're world #1 seems a contradiction in terms. Now, given the fact that we've seen the world rankings, we know how dominant China is at the top of the world rankings in the women's singles discipline. Neither of these players' places are absolutely certain, I don't think, for the Asian Games. So there's so much at stake in this match, and both players will be acutely aware of that. That is nice.
Serve 5-2.
Oh, she likes to command the rallies, does Wang Yihan. Likes to play an aggressive game. Yeah, good smash from the Olympic champion.
Serve 3-5.
Wang Yihan, 3 years older than her opponent at the age of 26, born in Shanghai. And she's a tall athlete, 178, that's about 5'10". Just a fraction wide.
Serve 4-6.
Well, that was an interesting rally. Both players keeping the shuttle flat. Those flat, fast exchanges, an indication that both are very aware how good the other is at attacking. Just wide. Now, if you haven't been with us earlier in the week, let me just explain the drift. From right to left as we look down on the court. So when Wang Yihan is hitting into her opponent's forehand corner, as she did on that occasion, it is liable to go a little wide.
Serve 7-6.
Oh yes, nicely played from Li Shuirui. I'm just looking at Wang Yihan's record in finals, and the last final that she actually lost was in the end of 2012 at the Hong Kong Super Series event. I think that was November 2012. 5 finals last year, won them all. Two finals this year, won them both. That's well long.
10-7.
It's gone wide as well. And on a run of 4 straight points from 7 all, the defending champion has the advantage at the mid-game interval. By far the most successful singles player in the history of the Super Series. The Super Series started in 2007, and Wang Yihan has won 19 titles from 25 previous finals.
20 seconds.
Won her world title, incidentally, in 2011, Wembley Arena in London.
Play.
Well, if she does have a weakness, I think that's exactly it. Sometimes she tries to play the crouch defence almost round the head. I think she'd be better to play a backhand. If it works, it's brilliant, but too often it doesn't work. Oh my goodness! It's gone long. What a rally! You will not see better than that. Well, I said that every inch of the court would be explored. The movement of both the players in that rally was second to none. The final clear going long and the raised arms from the defending champion, because she knows psychologically that was an important rally to win. is just brilliant. I was so looking forward to this match, and certainly so far it's exceeded my expectations. Look at that defence. The movement, both players pushing each other deep into the back corners, bringing opponents forward on the full diagonal, making them run the full and furthest distance on the court. That was just amazing. Looked as if she was going to lift the shuttle, and then just blocking the shuttle over the net. Look, there's a bit of a backswing, makes it look as if the lift is going to be played. Checks the shot at the last moment to play the lovely net shot. Oh, it's just wide. Well, there's a challenge here.
Challenge. Sideline. Called out.
So Hawkeye is being asked to adjudicate. It was called out by the line judge. Well, she seemed awfully confident, didn't she, that she should make the challenge. Oh, goodness me. Well, this is why we've got the high technology, because that, to me, was too close to call. It was on the line, it was in. Good challenge.
Challenge successful. 2 challenges remaining. 16-9. Play.
Wow. Oh, great net shot. Yeah. The way that Li Shuirui can tumble the net shot is just extraordinary. It's not just how close she gets it to the net.
16.
When she comes forward, look, she chops underneath the shuttle, and that causes both spin and it to tumble. Look, it's upside down as it goes over the net. And that's why it's so difficult for her opponents to control it. That's landed in.
17-10.
Yeah, it was clearly inside that line. And that's gone long. Well, there's been times earlier this week where I've been convinced that the drift has been going a little faster, playing towards the far end of the court as we look down. Certainly from that last shot, it looked as if the shuttle was flying faster coming towards us. That's good judgment.
19-10.
She's won 8 of the last 9 points as the defending champion. Oh, that's nice too. Oh, she's certainly moving very well at the moment. That's gone long.
20, game point 10.
Make that 9 of 10 points. Game point opportunities, a whole host of them.
Service over. 11-20.
Opening game.
First game won by 21-11.
Well, it's 17 months since she's been beaten in a final, and certainly at the moment she's looking to keep that run of good form in finals going, because 18 minutes for game number 1, 21-11. Now, the scoreline may not have been as close as I had expected, but I have to say, the quality of badminton exceeding expectations. Yeah, she was going for a very acute angle. Oh, she's just prowling round the court. There's Wang Yihan and her opponent here, Li Shuirui, looking a little more pensive.
Second game. Level. Play.
So here we go with the second game.
Service over. 1 love.
Well, after our first final, Liliana Nasir was saying how difficult it is to play against teammates. And I'm sure these players, because they know each other's games so well, they will know where the strengths are, where the weaknesses are. But if you're a Li Shuirui fan, you'll be a little bit concerned about her body language after that rally.
Service over. 2-1.
Oh, that's a great angle from round the head.
2-all.
Round the head shots, we use the terminology when the shuttle is played deep into a player's backhand corner, but they still use the normal overhead shot rather than a backhand. Oh, she knows how well her opponent is moving, and therefore she's going for these very acute little angles. Not really giving herself any margin for error. Good rally again. all good. Did he touch her racket?
3-4.
Good rally. Look how they're just both using deep and then once again bringing the other forward in court. This could develop into a real physical battle. Yeah, back again. Interesting that Li Shuirui playing the flat drive to the backhand side. There, you see she gets caught so often. Much prefers to play the round the head, but it really doesn't give her any advantage. So it's a run of 4 straight points now for Li Shuirui. Well, again, getting herself in a tangle with a round the head shot when she really wasn't in position. This one. So she gets herself off balance, out of position. Sometimes, though in general it's much better to play the round the head shot, sometimes you've got to say, right, can't play that. That is a magnificent smash straight down the line.
Service over. 5-7.
It's just taken with the drift, it's just wide.
Service over.
And I'm beginning to sense a little shift in momentum.
Service over. 6-8.
Look at the disappointment. Well, so much for my theory.
8.
Only credit to Wang Yihan. Sensed there was a bit of a danger. Her opponent pulling away. Got herself right back in it now. Yeah, that's good too. Another error from Li Shuirui.
8-all.
The 3-point deficit has been closed. 8-all.
Service over. 9-8.
It's just not high enough on the clear. That's a lovely angle.
8.
Oh, that's landed in.
11-8. Interval.
So, to the mid-game interval. Contrast.
9.
Ooh, yeah, going to have a challenge first. Hawkeye has been asked to adjudicate the instant review system. Oh my goodness. That's why I'd hate to be a line judge. Trying to make a decision on that. Oh, it caught the line.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Well, what a great use of the technology
One
there.
challenge remaining. 11-8.
So
Interval.
it is confirmed as 11-8 and the interval. So in contrast to the opening game, here in the second, it's Li Shuirui who has the advantage. 10 minutes into this second game. 30 minutes the match has been in progress. Well, flat fast exchanges. It was awfully close.
20 seconds.
Ah, there we go. That's Neela, isn't it? That's the mascot for the Southeast Asian Games that are going to be staged here in Singapore next year. And in fact, this venue we're in right now, and of course the sports hub
11-8.
right next door that's nearly going to, well, it is nearly completed. That's where we are. And the players quick to get back onto court. Well, Singapore is going to be abuzz with sporting excellence, that's for certain. Gather WTA Women's Tennis Tour is going to be here as well. It's all happening in Singapore. Oh, that's gone wide.
10-11.
No, it's very interesting to me. I can remember being here a few years ago and watching this young lady, Wang Yihan. She lost in the relatively early stages. I think it was a quarter-final. And she came up behind my commentary position for semi-finals. She got her own video camera and was videoing opponents. Now, an awful lot of people think that the Chinese players are just totally reliant on their own coaches. Well, that proved to me that Wang Yihan takes personal responsibility. She wanted to learn from her mistakes. She wanted to learn from opponents. And here she is, defending champion.
Service over. 11-12.
to say it, but these flat drives at Wang Yihan, once again, the former world #1 unable to deal with it. Spent a total of 118 weeks as world #1, did Wang Yihan. Oh yeah, well taken. That's why she was world #1, why she was world champion. Shots like that.
12-13.
Yeah, well taken. For once, the net play of Li Shuirui
13-all.
a little loose. Normally so good on the net shots. Back level, 13-all. There we are. There's the round the head awkward shot. It's going to go wide. Yep. So now into the lead on a run of 3 straight points. Make that 4 straight points.
15-13.
More importantly, perhaps, since the mid-game interval, 7 of the last 9 points are going to Wang Yihan. She is moving so well, the defending champion. Oh, brilliant! Well, I didn't think there was any chance of Wang Yihan defending that smash straight down her backhand side, but she did get it back somehow. And then Li Shuirui had to be awfully careful. Look at that. Not to touch the net as she came forward to make the kill. Yeah. Well, I'm a little bemused as to why Li Shuirui played everything down her opponents around the head corner. Why didn't she switch it up a little? Good net shot. That's going to go wide, surely. Oh, she's taken it. Wasn't thinking of the drift. Yeah.
Serves over.
Now, this is
15-16.
the exact shot that I've been trying to explain. This one there, where she tries to play the crouch round the head, almost defensive drive. And time again, she mistimes that. lapse in concentration. Good rally. Big point too. Yeah. You could tell by both players' intensity in that rally. They both sense the importance of that, because now Li Shuirui has got herself into the lead once again. High serve. Oh, good defense. And again, how on earth did she reach that? I think she lunged on her left leg there. Normally a badminton player will always lunge on the leg with which they are playing badminton, so a right-hander would lunge on the right leg. There we go. She's lunged on the left leg and still managed to reach it. That's an indication of her athletic ability. Yeah, and a defensive shot like that can help to break the spirits of opponents. Li Shuirui is breathing heavily. Mistimed shot, an indication sometimes of fatigue. Well, the unforced errors have cost her dear so far in the match. Yeah, nicely done. 18 all.
18 all.
Well, there wasn't much of a space there, but she managed to find it. 2 points away from winning her second consecutive title here. Yeah, that is superb, slicing across the feathers, creating the extra spin. The extra spin on the shuttle brings it down a little more quickly. Forced to play the backhand. And there, that's better. Goodness. It's wide. What a fabulous rally, and look at Li Shuirui, she's bent double. That hurt.
19 all.
Well, I thought there were signs that she was beginning to look a little tired. Look at that block, first of all. And then after the rally, absolutely bent over double. Yeah, leaning against the advertising boards. Oh. Great badminton, 19 all. Oh, that is incredible. The drop shot there from Wang Yihan. I think it hit the top of the tape and went over, but she was in such trouble. Look, she plays the backhand, severe trouble, under pressure, and produces the perfect shot. And with that perfect backhand comes a match point opportunity. Oh, good return, that hit the top of the tape too. This time, first time of asking, and the defending champion, Wang Yihan, has for a second year running been the Olympic champion in the final here in Singapore. What a terrific match. I had such high expectations of this, and I have to say the quality of the rallies surpassed my expectations. That was absolutely brilliant. And quite frankly, in the second game, at the mid-game interval, I thought Wang Yihan was possibly in trouble, but she fought her way back, and there you can see confirmation, 21-11, 21-19, and she is the champion once again. 2 consecutive titles, and Wang Yihan, who was so disappointed losing to her opponent of today in the Olympic final, has proved a point to the coaches back home in China. The selections for the Asian Games later this year will be very interesting indeed. The final rally. It was a poor lift from Li Shuirui. This one there, I think she must have changed her mind. But these two players, well, Wang Yihan will be #1 on the Destination Dubai ranking. And now, after this tournament, Li Shuirui will remain at 3.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as the token of appreciation to the umpire and our service judge as well, and to join us and present, please welcome the management committee member, Eugene Ang. A big round of applause, everybody. Let's present it to the umpire, Paul Batman from England. And right now, the service judge, Victor Wong from Hong Kong. A big thank you to Mr. Eugene Ang. And now, ladies and gentlemen, is a prize presentation for the match #2 early on. Now let's welcome the runners-up to join us at the podium. Please welcome Li Shuirui. A big round of applause, everybody. Come on. You saw the match early on. And also right now, our champion, Wang Yihan. to present the future clock, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our presenter, Mr. Mahendra Kapoor, Managing Director, Sunlight Sports.
So first of all, the presentation to the beaten finalist, Li Shuirui. Her fourth final of the year and the third time that she's had to settle for second best.
Mr. Yong-Wing, BWF Council Member and Organizing Chairman, OUE Singapore Open 2014 Organizing Committee. So there you go, we're handing the check of, ladies and gentlemen, $11,400 US, and also a wonderful Snoopy premium. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the champion. A big round of applause, everybody. Once again to Wang Yihan with
Wang Yihan, her
$22,500
20th Super Series title, her second consecutive title here in Singapore. She will be #1 on the Destination Dubai ranking list when it is rerun next week.
Once again, fans, let's give them all a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you, players.
So with two of our finals complete, next up will be men's doubles, and its two former champions will be playing against each other. Tai Yun, who won the title twice with Fu Haifeng, is now playing with Lu Kai. And as far as Li Shengmu of Taipei is concerned, he won the title with Fang Chia-min 4 years ago. So both opponents, former champions, but now with new partners. Then we'll have women's doubles and the European champions, Pedersen and Maruta Yul, trying to become the first Danes ever to win the women's doubles title here in Singapore. And then we'll finish off with the men's singles, the world #1, Lee Chong-wei, against the qualifier Simon Santosa. Well, the next of our finals is men's doubles, and this is the Destination Dubai rankings after India, and the big movers were the pair at #4. They shot up 8 places from 12 after reaching the final in India. The other big movers was Jonjit and Puang Puapet of Thailand. They went up 9 places. But here's the scenario. The Thailand the Chinese Taipei pair went down 4 places. They